white men from the north and the white men of Mexico have drawn a line across the middle of the land that feeds us. We cannot go south to eat of the mezcal, nor north to eat of the piñon. The hunger wolf chews on our strength. Soon the warriors will be too weak to fight. Then the white man will thrust us away from the earth, and only the empty sky will know the voices of the mezcaleros.
Buenos días, señor Gatito. ¿Quiere agua? ¿No? ¿Quiere leche? Ven acá, chiquito.
If you'll look behind you, you'll see it was self-defense.
That's right, Mayor. They drew on him.
Looks that way. You're clean as far as the law goes, Sam. But you're leaving Spanish boot.
I'd like to put it up with the good citizens here.
Well, you're a fast talker, Sam, but the town can't afford to have you around. You win too often.
I never heard that was a crime.
We won't go into that. But there's one thing, though. You're leaving town.
That's all right with me. There's no room for a man of my capacities in Spanish boot. You're going to be mighty lonesome, Joe.
You won't be missed.
Maybe not, but just the same, you're going to be mighty lonesome.
Are you talking about Sally?
I was just saying you'd be lonesome.
Just the same, I want you out of here by noon. Good morning, Reverend.
It is a good morning, Joe. You've done a fine day's work before breakfast. Wait a minute.
Look, Reverend, I got a fire to tend.
You're mayor as well as blacksmith here, madam.
Reverend, you Welsh are funny people. Can't you leave well enough alone? I got rid of one bad element.
That's a start. Don't you want a good town? Then you've got to prune the sick branches.
Maybe you're right, Reverend. Let's go.
There's no place for a dance hall in this hard-working town. The school and the new road could better use the money the young men waste on dancing. You, someone before us, the laughing woman, whose steps take hold on misery, whose feet lead down to death.
I expect you want to see Mrs. Callis, Reverend.
I know what you want. The silver mine's doing pretty good. There aren't any bad Indians around. The town's getting rich. Time to reform, throw the rascals out.
Woman, you...
Gentlemen, I'm way ahead of you. Make me an offer on this joint, and I'll take the girls to a real live town.
Woman, thy name is Babylon and abomination.
Don't call me names. Just make an offer on the building. And remember, I won't take a loss.
You know, Franks, this wouldn't be a bad site for a dry goods and notion shop. Just knock out a couple of display windows through the wall, widen the door, and set up a cash box.
I've thought of it.
When you make up your minds, let me know. I'll take the girls to Silver Springs.
Here you're leaving town, Sam Slick.
Maybe so. But my name is Leeds. My friends call me that. I'd always counted you a friend.
Sure, Leeds. Sure.
Good morning, Sam Slick.
My name is Leeds. My friends call me so.
I never thought of myself as your friend. What'll you have for breakfast?
You know.
I'll get it.
Wait a minute, Stella. I can feed later. I'm, leaving Spanish Boot.
I heard about the shooting.
Well, there are a lot of other towns. Some are exciting and some are not. We'll try to hit the ones that are if you'll come with me. We've had a lot of fun, Sally, since I've been here.
We've had a lot of fun.
Well?
Sam Slick, you know exactly how I feel about you. You're the most excitement, most anything I ever had. But I want more than that.
If you mean what I think you mean, the Reverend Griffin would say the words before we leave town.
That wouldn't change things, Sam. I'm thinking about the roses. You know, I'm probably the only girl in the world that ever had a man send 200 miles for roses for her birthday. Pretty wonderful to think about. But how did you get the money, Sam?
From Roy Warren playing Monty. It was on the up and up.
Roy didn't think so. You played with him again last night. Now he's dead.
You heard he drew first. That's got nothing to do with you and me, Sally.
It's got everything to do with us. They're kicking you out of Spanish Boot. They'll kick you out of the next town. I want no part of it.
Some men are makers. They've got to sweat for what they want. I'm a taker. I've got to be one.
You could be good and honest.
I saw my father work his heart out on a lathe in Bridgeport. He died young, he died broke. He was an honest man. I never want to be one. I'm just honest enough to tell you that, Sally, and still ask you to come with me.
You'll have to go without me, Sam. Maybe I'm selfish. All I want's what every woman wants. A home, a place in the town where she lives, and an honest husband.
Yeah, it all adds up kind of dull and tame, like Joe Madden.
Don't be man stupid. I'm not talking about Joe or anybody else. I'm talking about how I feel. Can't you understand that?
Yeah, I'm beginning to understand a lot of things. I didn't see how the cards were stacked. It seems Joe Madden has a lot more reason for getting rid of me than I thought. I'll stick around a while.
As healthy a burro colt as I ever did see, Chacho.
He runs so much. He jumps so much. Maybe he's nervous, maybe. Huh?
Ah, that's a healthy disease, a good disease. A few years will cure him. Would you say it was noon, Chacho?
The sun is straight up.
Sam. It's past noon, Sam.
I own a watch, but I've changed my mind. I think I'll stay in Spanish Boot.
I don't remember we gave you any choice.
You haven't any charges against me that'll hold up in court?
My decision that you're no good for this town may not be strictly legal, but it's going to stand.
It's a convenient decision. Leaves you a nice clear field with Sally. It's just the kind of a decision a pious-mouthed hypocrite would make.
I said you were leaving. Drop it! Now get up and get out. Look, Sam, This isn't between you and me. It has nothing to do with Sally. You're going just like Betty and the girls because you're no good for the town. And the town has no use for you.
You wouldn't send me out without my gun.
The road to Silver Springs is safe enough. The only place that isn't safe for you is Spanish Boot. Now, if you can hurry up and catch the girls. There'll be good company for you on the road.
So long, honey.
Goodbye. So long.
Bye.
They took my hair. Apaches. Mescalero Apaches.
Mescaleros?
Yes. They're back over the border. There's a lot of them. Mescalero. 100. Maybe 200. They came down out of the rocks like ghosts. They're bad. They say so themselves. Their hearts are bad. They didn't come hollering or whooping. You want us down, Mr. Sam?
Sure.
You gotta want us down.
Sure, I'll want him.
They bushwhacked Betty and her girls in Gamo Pass. They're heading this way. Look, you've got to listen to me. I only came back to warn you. I pretty near didn't make it.
Come outside. Well, Sam, what is it?
Look, I've got no reason for coming back here. I tell you, the mescaleros are on the prod. You'd better get set for them.
Pedro Peter. Pedro Peter here is a scout from Fort Cook. Tell him, where are all the mescaleros?
2 days now, since troops chased Victorio and all mescalero fighting men across border to Mexico.
You help fight them? That's the truth, Sam. There isn't a war party this side of the border big enough to butcher a sheep. Did you really see any Indians? Well, did you?
Yes. Why should I lie to you, Joe?
That I wouldn't know. But whatever the reason, you're not going to get away with it.
Sally, tell these people whatever else I do, I don't lie. Well, tell them. I'm not lying. The Indians killed Betty and her girls.
There must have been an awful lot of Indians to scare you back into town. But we don't want you here.
I'm not going out again.
These good citizens will help you on your way.
Throw him out! Throw him out! Ride him out on a rail! Yeah! All right, get
Here, give me a hand.
It's an Apache arrow.
They were ambushed.
I guess you were right.
When this is over...
When this is over, you're leaving town.
I've heard all the arguments, and I still say we ought to send a messenger to the fort.
The mayor has told you why he feels it isn't worth the risk.
Best to risk one man than to risk the whole town.
Well, since most of you are in favor of sending word, who would like to take a little ride?
I'll take that little ride.
You're kind of young, aren't you?
The kid can ride.
How do you know?
I ought to know. I'm his pa.
There may be a big war party out there.
Let me ride my own horse, and there's not an Indian pony that'll even smell his dust.
You needn't hurry. Sam. About what happened in front of the church, I'm sorry. But I couldn't say anything.
I suppose not.
I'd like to tell you that deep in here I do believe you. But when you tell me to say that you don't lie, I couldn't. What's in here isn't proof.
That's all right.
I was trying to explain that
All right, you said you were sorry.
I want you to understand.
Sure, I understand. You'd like me to be a good man, like Joe.
I want you to be a good man like the best of Sam Leeds. The Sam Leeds that came back to warn the town that threw him out.
Oh, why do we have to talk about all this? I'm back, we're here.
Oh, you won't listen. Go on, get out. I've got to lock up.
Where's he going?
To the fort.
Do you think the kid can make it?
Maybe. Maybe not. You talk well. Maybe you talk to the mayor.
What about?
The Lieutenant Glidden told me to wait for him. Tomorrow he comes here. Why send the boy?
There's no sense my talking to the mayor.
You are a white man.
There are white men that other white people don't believe.
What boy were you talking about?
Bert Kean.
The scout felt he might get killed?
That's roughly it.
And you wouldn't even try to talk to Joe?
He wouldn't believe me. Why should he? Even you wouldn't tell him I was truthful.
Good luck, Bert. You want to say something to Bert?
No, nothing.
He's a good rider. He'll make it. Oh, could I walk home with you, Sally?
Sure. I'm sorry Sam had to come back. I'd hoped he went to Silver Springs and missed me. Really missed me. Get a job and make good and send for me.
That can still happen, Sally.
Oh, I thought maybe he'd changed when he fought his way back to town. But he hasn't. He's still Sam. And I'm still me. And I feel just the same way about him. What'll I do, Joe?
I can't tell you. I was hoping Sam would stay away.
It's kind of a pity that I only like bad men and want to make them good.
Shouldn't he be back by now?
Don't worry about your boy, Mrs. Keon. He's on a good horse and he's a smart lad.
Yes. Bert's too smart a boy to be caught by no-account Indians.
Caramba, pues ahora, ¿qué pasa? Please take a señora Kuhn away.
Please, Mrs. Keon, please. Go through.
Oh, no.
Please.
Oh, no. Oh,
no. The people will not drink the water. You see, the mescaleros put the dead boy in the well. Who knows? Maybe we'll bring the trees back to life.
Puede ser.
Are you thirsty?
But it is the law of the Apache. No touch the dead. No touch the things that touch the dead.
Come on in, I'll get you beer.
White men have law. No beer. No whiskey for Indians.
That law doesn't obtain now that you can't get drinking water. Come on. Two beers, Sally.
You know it's against the law to sell or give liquor to an Indian.
But you're selling it to me. Sit down. Go on, I just had one a little while ago.
Any of you men got water? We're scouting water for the kids and women.
I've got some water in the kitchen. Water from yesterday.
Thank you, miss.
Come along, Mr. Keon.
We should be making plans to get water.
It has been discussed. The mayor has decided to wait for the patrol.
That was a decision he could have made last night.
The decision to send young Keon to the fort was made by all of us, not just by Joe Madden. Now it is our decision, and his, that we wait.
If there were 10 real men here, I'd volunteer to take them out for water.
I got a stake wagon and a team. If they went, I'd go with them.
Well, that's one man.
You've no right to do this, Leeds.
I don't like women and children going thirsty, Reverend Griffin.
Count me in.
That's 2 men. Who else? Well, looks like we got up a party. Get your rig hitched up, huh?
You're taking these men to their death?
Well, they volunteered. All right, men, let's get going, huh?
Joe Madden may have something to say about this.
Do you know what you're doing, Sam?
Getting water.
Because of the women and children?
That's right.
You didn't worry very much about Bert Kean last night. He was just a kid.
This is different.
I wish I could believe that. Except that I know you. And this looks like a very good chance for Sam Leeds to show up the mayor. The mayor who drove him out of town and wouldn't believe him when he came back.
You really know me, don't you, Sally?
This isn't a very smart move, boys. You'll have to go to Boyd Canyon for water, and they'll bushwhack you there surely.
We want water for the women and kids.
If you'd ask the women and kids, maybe they'd tell you they'd rather have live husbands and fathers than a promise of water they'll never get.
I told the boys you'd say that. Our minds are made up.
So your minds are made up, eh, boys?
That's right.
Yes.
Sure are.
You betcha.
That leaves me no choice.
If they're determined to get killed, there's nothing you can do. You don't want blood on your hands?
Here, if you're going, take a decent gun.
Thanks.
Hey, Sam, look who's in the wagon.
What are you doing here?
Might need another man.
I thought you were against the whole idea.
I am. I warn you again to turn back before the Indians ambush you.
We've come this far. I guess we can make it the rest of the way. We'll be glad of your help, though, with the water barrels, Reverend.
Take a good drink, boys, then we'll fill the barrels.
Well, the only faces I see are Indians.
Indians are the devil's children. Their eyes are as sharp as his. They know you are here.
They must be looking the other way, eh?
All right, boys, let's fill the barrels.
Keep a sharp eye out now for those Indians.
Indians! 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 Really Indians!
Well, we're certainly glad to see you, Lieutenant Bidden.
Trouble?
Some man reported a big war party. We tried to get word to the fort, but our messenger was killed.
Oh, you can count yourself fortunate you only lost one man. Victoria's back across the border with 200 Braves. Colonel Havens in the 2nd Cavalry cut his trail last night.
Well, some of the men were a little doubtful when you'd ride in, so they went out for water. I suppose they're safe enough.
I don't know. I've learned not to underestimate the Apaches. They can move as fast on foot as on horse. Find water anywhere and survive on a diet of prairie juice, rattlesnake, and lizard. Well, they could be anywhere. Where did your men go?
Boyd Canyon.
Boyd Canyon. Well, we better get out there and convoy them back.
Well, wait for me and I'll ride with you.
Right.
I like your notion, Reverend, that Apaches are just evils the Lord created to try honest men. I'm safe. I'm not an honest man.
You do well to boast of something better than your lack of honesty.
I could boast how easy it was to go out and get the water when the mayor was too scared to stir out of town.
Yes, you would make such a boast. Maybe your only reason for coming out here.
Apache!
Whip those horses! Let's get around! Shots left. How's it with you?
Wait, hold your fire. If we're going to die, get that one. Aim at the chief.
The one in the purple shirt, huh?
You must have been praying, Reverend.
I've had little to do with Indians, but I've heard much, and none to tell me they would ride away from two defenseless men.
I winged the chief.
I give the credit and praise unto God.
Maybe. You look tired, Reverend. Let's take a spell.
When I was a lad in Wales, I would never have believed that I'd sit in the middle of the great American desert, with a common gambler sitting beside me, and the cries of Indians still ringing in my ears.
If anybody told me yesterday I'd be sitting side by side with a preacher, I'd never have believed it. Thanks for staying. I might not have gotten out of it alone.
I stayed behind for the sake of the others.
Look, Reverend, you give a dog a bad name and everybody throws a stone at him. Sure, I gamble. I drink, too. I killed a man who was trying to kill me. This is a rough country. You've got to take care of yourself.
You don't work. You mock those who do. You care nothing for your fellow men. This is what makes your whole life an offense, even to Sally, who loves you.
There are some very choice words to tell you what I think of all that. I won't waste them on the desert. Come on.
Another band of mescaleros.
Might be. Might be the same bunch coming back.
The devil's creatures. Playing cat and mouse to torture us.
No bullets, no protection. Not even anything worth taking a last look at.
It's God's earth, man. You wouldn't reject it in the hour of your death.
Are you going to pray?
I've spoken to him all my life.
You feel it's my fault that you're out here, huh?
I put no blame on you now.
Well, if it'll make you feel any better, you were right.
About what?
I never really cared about the town needing water. I just wanted to show what a smart fellow I was. I wanted Sally to see that. Make a fool out of Joe. Now I only wish I could tell her I was wrong. About a lot of things.
She will know.
Well, I guess the winning hand always comes up after the game's been played. It's the way it always.
Look. Soldiers.
Yes. They're soldiers. Soldiers. Boy. Here.
Oh, thanks.
Take it easy. I'm surprised to see you fellows with hair on your heads. But then the Apaches have a saying, never trust the eyes of a man who is running away.
What do you mean?
Well, that fellow told me you stayed behind to fight a rear guard action against a big party of Braves.
Well, they were moving pretty fast, but I'd say there were 30 of them.
And you're here?
Sam shot the chief, and then they rode away.
He was a big Indian, in a purple shirt?
That's right.
Well, your town is safe, Mayor. This man seems to have killed or wounded Victoria. They won't attack if he's dead. They'll spend time mourning. Victoria's the very soul of the Mescaleros. They're prophet, priest, and war chief all in one. If you're one of my men, I'd have you up for promotion.
Since it's one of mine, Lieutenant, I'd like to say that I did a fine thing to stay behind and fight and let the others get a running start. A fine thing.
Oh, I don't figure it that way, Joe.
Now, Lieutenant, you'd oblige me by arresting this man.
Why? What for?
Disobeying my orders and risking the lives of 10 men.
Well, I'm afraid you're asking me to go beyond my authority. The United States Army is only concerned with federal law.
Then you have no option but to arrest this man. As mayor, I'm preferring charges against Sam Leeds for giving liquor to an Indian.
But I only bought Pedro Peter a beer.
The man was thirsty. The water was polluted.
There's no exceptions to the law, is there, Lieutenant?
I'm afraid not.
I know there's bad blood and some rivalry between you and this man, Joe. I'd ask you to think on that before you make up your mind.
I don't want to do it, Reverend, but I have to. The next time this man goes against town authority, we may not be so lucky.
Sam Leeds and I have fought together. We saw death ride up to us. I feel I know this man. There's good in him. The kind of good that will help the town you love so much, Joe Madden.
It's all right, Reverend. I probably have it coming to me.
You realize that men have been given as much as 20 years in federal prison for giving liquor to an Indian. You're sure
I'm sure.
Well, then, Mr. Leeds, against my wishes, I have to put you under arrest.
Present Hobbs.
Lieutenant Glidden said you'd be going within the hour. I thought I'd say goodbye. Let me buy you a farewell drink.
What are they doing now?
Burying Betty and the girls. They're giving Bert Keane a military funeral, figuring he died like a soldier.
Thanks. I may be gone a long time, Sally. It's kind of funny that out there in the desert, I saw things clear. Too late. I've cheated all my life and gotten away with it, and now when I want to do right, they arrest me for a kindness.
I don't think it'll be too long.
You would believe me this time, Sally, if I told you that I really would try. It's kind of important that you do. You see, it's the only way I'll know you'll be waiting for me when I get out.
Order. Hobbs.
Ready? Aim. Fire. We'll have a chance.
No, Sam, I won't leave
Please,
you.
run.
I won't leave you.
Oh, Sally, you can't help me. It won't do any good having you killed. Come on, be reasonable for my sake.
No, Sam,
Get a gun. Here, put it here. None of the power. That's it. Run for it. What about these?
You're Lieutenant Glidden's prisoner.
Well, I can't fight with these on. You'll need every man you can get.
We're safe enough. The walls are 4 feet thick. The doors are rolled, but they're oak.
Bring the man here. Put keys in my pocket. You aren't safe. This is a hard place to defend. Look, the windows are too high. You can't fire out, but they can scale the walls. And there are too many windows. And too few of us. There's no food, no water, no bandages. And the fighting men, the braves of the Mescalero, they'll come through the windows.
Pedro Peter. What time is it?
The big stick and the little stick point to the west.
8:45.
Let's use our belts, men.
Here's mine.
Always felt as a good American custom wearing 2 belts. One for your pants, one for your pistol.
I need a belt. You wear no pants.
Oh, Roy, you're pretty light. Scramble up here while we hold it.
It works pretty good.
Careful, Roy.
No se me da muy bien la carpintería, pero tengo una idea. Observa, magia.
Mira, cielo.
¿Sabéis? No habría indios cerca si no tuvierais monedas en las orejas. Ahí va. ¿Veis? ¿Dónde están? Oh, tú tienes una. ¿Dónde estará la otra? Oh, ahí está la pillina. Bueno, el mago ha abierto el espectáculo. Ahora le toca a la soprano.
Oh, no puedo cantar, no sabría qué cantar.
Yo tampoco sé ningún truco de magia. Venga, cualquiera servirá.
¿Conocéis esta canción?
Oranges and lemons are the bells of St. Clement. You owe me 5 farthings are the bells of St. Martin's. When will you pay me?
En Gales encadenamos a los perros guardianes. Incluso un perro atacaría a su amo para proteger a otro perro. Ese hombre es un apache.
Pedro Peter, estas esposas son propiedad del gobierno y tú eres su soldado. Encárgate de ellas.
Se arrepentirá de esto.
They begin.
It sounds like dance music.
It's the vile music of the heathen.
Our guests seem to be having a ball outside.
You've had enough. Take a spell.
Any water?
Not a drop.
Oh, I'm not really thirsty. It's just the music.
Yeah, guess you might call it that.
It is the music of drinking.
The tune for the Tiswing, the Apache whiskey that makes them brave.
I've heard of it.
You'll know more about it after tonight. You didn't kill Victoria. When that music changes, watch the windows. You see, they don't drink to get drunk. Their drinking is like praying. And then they kill.
He's telling me about the Indians.
Heathen. I know their cursed belief. That 1,000 dead men will rise to take the place of those that die. They're not praying. It's only an excuse to kill.
No, you don't know them. The Apaches are a dying race. Their women are barren. There are no children in their hogans. And now Victoria has given them hope. Songs to sing. Music to dance to, and a belief that if they kill and die, they can have 1,000 sons. Warrior sons to fight us. Ghost warriors.
The young Apaches drink the Tiswin for not to feel pain. Not the pain of a wound. Not even the pain of dying. They will come to kill you and to die.
I better tell Joe Madden. Joe. The lieutenant says this is some kind of religious tomfoolery. They're trying to get themselves killed. Just to breed ghost warriors, something like that. I've heard about it. Yeah, we've got to listen to the music. When it changes, that's when they come through the windows. I better tell the rest. Take my place. Well, I'll take your place, but I don't want you to take mine. Let's forget about that for now. All right, for now.
Does a friend of the army talk with a forked tongue of a lie? Are his words like ashes that the wind can blow them away?
I put my hand on the white man's book. I fight for the white man.
What is an oath to an Indian?
A great deal more than the most white man.
What's going on, Sam? What does the music mean?
It's going to be a long night. When things start, you'd better get the kids away from the window. And take care of yourself, Sally. You're the last one I'd want anything to happen to. Except myself. That's my girl.
That's it.
We can't fight in the dark, Joe. Better keep the kids away from the candles. Yeah, but that's not good enough. We ought to have the whole place lit up. How can you fight and hold a candle at the same time? Well, let the women hold the candles.
I'll take one. I don't want to hold no light. Just give me a gun.
You carry a light. One for you. Secure.
Your man did well. Like other beasts, an Indian can see in the dark.
He can't see in the dark any more than you can. He used his head, his good human intelligence. You did well.
For my friend.
I'm thirsty. I'm awful thirsty.
You'll have to be patient. You'll have to be still. When morning comes, there'll be water.
I'm thirsty. I'm ever so thirsty.
You cry like a little kitty cat. You want a milk? My Buddha give you milk.
We can keep them out, boys. The troops will be here in the morning. Just a few more hours.
That racket. Those drums.
Be of good faith, men.
If you don't like the Apache noise, make some of your own.
That's right. You're a Welshman, Reverend. Never heard of a Welshman that didn't have a song for every occasion.
I have no voice for singing alone.
Oh, we'll all sing. Just name the tune.
I'll give you a fighting song. The Men of Harlech.
Quelli quel che tu innanflammio ai cannon voglio fare più in mai memory or what be or
There goes the town of Spanish Boot.
Only the buildings. Sally, I've been thinking about Sam. Sam and me. He's done fine tonight. In a bad spot like this, he's the best help a man could have.
Sometimes it's easier to be brave than honest, Joe.
I was wrong making charges against him. I'll fix that up.
I've grown to expect goodness from you. I hope Sam sees it that way, too.
No shoot, no shoot.
Don't fire, let him talk.
¿Hay alguien aquí que puede curar heridas?
What did he say?
He wants to know if there's a doctor here.
I wish there was.
Pedro Peter, ask him why he wants a doctor.
¿Para qué quieren, doctor?
Nuestro jefe Victorio está herido. Deja que tu doctor lo cure y todos los mezcaleros nos iremos.
He says Victorio is hurt. If we have a doctor who can fix him up, they'll go away and leave us alone.
It'd be all right if we had one. Wait a bit. How good is their word?
Good.
Tell him the doctor wants to know what happens if Victorio dies.
¿Qué hacéis si Victorio muere?
Todos vosotros mueren también.
Says they'll kill us all.
Oh, what's the difference? Isn't that what they're trying to do?
If they really want to take the church, they'll attack in force. You haven't a chance.
If Victorio stayed alive till morning, the troops would be here. We'd be safe. A smart fella could make them believe he was a doctor. Come to think of it, I've always wanted to be a doctor.
You can't help Victorio.
I didn't say I could. I'm just stalling.
I've got a knack at healing. I know something about it.
Look, you're a great horse doctor, Joe.
There isn't so much difference between a horse and a human. At least I know how to get started. You wouldn't even know that.
But you're the mayor. You need it here.
I'll make you my deputy. Tell you, Apache, I'm packing my little black bag.
Nuestro doctor va a curar a Victorio.
Maybe you can use this with your good hand. Remember, you're my deputy. Do a good job.
I'd rather play sick nurse to Victorio. You may be a better doctor, but I'm a better bluffer.
Joe! Good luck.
Yeah, Joe must be giving that Indian quite a treatment. When do you think Colonel Haven and his troops might get here?
Maybe 8, maybe 9 o'clock. If Victorio dies, there's nothing we can do. Nothing.
Well, we fought them off all night.
Well, they weren't trying. When they hit that door, we're finished. They can break it, or they can burn it. And it's all over.
Well, I only hope Joe is a good human doctor. Or that Indian is a good horse.
Sam! Sam!
Don't open the door! Close the door!
live to bury Joe Madden, I say only 4 words over his grave. This was a man.
That means Victorio's dead.
Yeah.
There's no hope, is there?
You never know how the cards will fall.
I think you know. Have you told the others?
I can't think of what to tell them, or even if I should.
If you yourself didn't know, Sam, what would you want to know?
The truth.
So do other people.
Reverend. There isn't a chance. You'd better prepare the people.
I will.
Stand back. We'll fire when they come through. We can keep them out. Get wood. Keep that doorway burning.